Hi, we're the Shadys, and we live in Park City, Utah. We decided about a year and a half, 2 years ago to make a change and to live in a spot where we had more room. We fell in love with the view, so we lived in the house for about 6 months and went through the design process with our architect. The architect had actually decided that we should talk to Jared Higgins with iBuild Utah. We felt that the existing house had a very good structure, but it was from the 1980s and it needed a lot of help.
So we decided to renovate the home, and we pretty much tore it down to the studs. Dave and I have been passionate about remodeling homes. We remodeled ours in Chicago and then another one in Park City before we did this one.
As we went through the design process, we wanted to find a builder that would work with us and help make suggestions. And the best thing that we could have done was to find Jared and Van and have them really be a part of the design process. Building is not easy. Going through the process is, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. And, I think Kathy and I know what we want. But we're also open to suggestions. Van and Jared did a really good job of kind of helping us throughout the process. One of the things that we wanted to have with this house is for it to look like it's been here for a really long time. The reclaimed snow fence is very unique. We've got the hand-hewed timbers as well. And with this type of material, it's important that you do cut it once and you cut it right. It was amazing to watch the craftsmanship of the subcontractors that Jared had used. I think one of the main things with Jared and Van was just that they made us feel comfortable. As you go through the process, things don't always turn out the way that you want it to. I tend to get very involved in the process. They were okay with that. I know that there were a lot of builders that weren't going to be okay with that process. This is our home. So we wanted to make sure it was done right. And it was very calming to know that they cared as much as we did about how the project turned out at the very end. We always wanted to make sure that both Jared and Van were involved in the decisions that we were making, but they also knew when to step back and allow us as a couple to make the right decisions for us as a family.
Cost was definitely important to us, and to stay on budget. They kept us on budget. Any reason why we went over budget were because of Dave and I choosing to do other things. They both have been so great about keeping us on budget. And they're both so accessible. If ever we had any issue, we would call them and they would answer right away. They would call us back right away. Things that Dave and I thought were a huge deal, earth-shattering, Jared, like Dave said, would talk us off the ledge. He was so calming. We can't say enough great things about both of them. It was been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it's been great.